Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Yana Kasperczak here, your spiritual awakening mindset core energy coach. I'm trying to incorporate the new word of the mindset to make it more clear for everyone as to exactly what they will get from working with me. And as your spiritual awakening mindset core energy coach, which is a mouthful, isn't it? It is my soul's purpose to help you get your shit together so you can break free from that mental prison that you find yourself in and build a business or a life that you are not only proud of but are excited to wake up to every single day and get your shit done that you have been putting off and getting done, and show up for yourself and show up for your business in more ways than just one. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not showing up for yourself or for your business, you're probably not showing up for a lot of different things in your life as well. So, and sometimes just showing up takes a lot more energy than doing the actual thing that you're showing up for doing. Okay? In other words, getting started, more often than not, it is one of the hardest things to do. But once you do it, it becomes easier and easier and easier over time, just like with anything that we do. Okay, so I like to make sure that I have my group open and ready right here and my live video. Otherwise, the comments don't always come through on my phone, and I don't want to miss anyone's comments, as I want everyone to feel seen, heard, and supported and validated like they are a pearl. Okay, each and every one of you is a pearl, a unique pearl. I haven't used these cards, or is this actually, that was a pearl and that's a diamond, so each one of you is also a diamond, and a diamond goes through a lot in order for it to become an actual diamond. So I don't think I've actually used these cards, so this would be the first time that I have used these cards myself. So as I'm getting familiar with the cards, and the cards are getting familiar with me and you as well, because the key is to shuffle them, to touch with them, to communicate with them, to have my energy all over them, and it doesn't take too long to transfer the energy. I want to talk about this marvelous piece of wood that you see right here in front of you. Okay, so this piece of wood actually came from our trip to BC. There was a fireplace inside the little house, inside the cabin, and there was a lot of wood in there, and different shapes, different sizes, different types of wood. And I was putting all the woods in there, and I like to clean, organize. Okay, it's it's what I love and enjoy doing as well, which helps you in your mindset, which helps you to show up, which helps you in your business as well, because it's important to declutter or organize your business as well, because sometimes you have way too much that is happening in your business, and especially in your life. So as I was cleaning and decluttering and organizing the whole bin of the woods in there, why? Don't ask. I just felt like I needed to. Um, this one I found in there. It wasn't this color because this is now sealed with the same sealant that I use for the shelf by the front door. I love wood. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. Anyways, so I had to take this one. I had to rescue it and I had to bring it home. Why I say I had to? Because it just felt like it was mine and it belonged here. What I decided to do with it is just bring it here to use it as a card reading, a little board, because I don't have enough wooden boards in this office or in this house. There's always more that I could use. Eventually this could be potentially turned into a shelf as well. It's not that hard to turn things into a shelf, but for now this is what it is. And now the cards are ready, and I'm just going to take one card out, and that is what we have. The Venom. The Venom. There you go. That's an actually interesting card. That looks like teeth right there, and that looks like the moon. Yeah. I love the watercolor, but that looks like teeth, and that looks like the moon in the dark. So I almost feel like there's shadow work that's involved in this. I want to get more familiar with these cards because they do feel like they're diamonds. Maybe this is what gives it away, the feeling of a diamond. The Venom. I believe it will go by the number on top. LX. I don't know if yeah, I think we're going in the right place, in the right direction, sorry. There we go. See? My intuition was on point. We are going in the right direction. There is the card with no color, and I know some of you like to take screenshots. So you can take a screenshot, because if this is the card that speaks to you really loudly, have this on your phone. You can refer back to it whenever you need to. Sometimes what I do is I actually put it on my background on my phone, because subconsciously it also helps me to take in the message on a much deeper level. Okay, so here's the Venom. The Venom, the poison, the curse, the toxin. I feel like negativity itself is the poison. It is the curse that we each carry, having that negative mindset, negative thoughts, and it is the toxin that continues to poison us. The spreading of the venom is like a chain reaction. When we strike others, it is likely we have ourselves been stuck, break the cycle. So it makes me think of a phrase or quote: hurt people hurt people. So when you are hurting, it can be very challenging to not hurt other people through your words or even your energy. When you're feeling low, when you're feeling down, or where you're hurting yourself, other people can feel it. You don't have to say a word. They can feel it. They can tell. Some of them might just feel like something is off, or you're off, or their energy's off, or we're not vibing. But it's because they're perhaps might not be as in tune with the energy itself and how it speaks and how it presents itself as you are, or as others are. I'm just reading the sides first. When you harm another, you harm yourself. Makes me think of when you point one finger towards someone, you have three fingers pointing back at you. So when you say you did this, you did that, or you are this, you are that, what you're really saying, that's you, and you're actually hurting yourself. You're shooting energy through one finger towards them, but 3 times of what you're shooting towards the other person, when you're sending the message towards the other person, comes back to you. So when you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind, this goes for our earth as well, with cosmic consequences. When you harm earth, you harm yourself. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. So negativity is part of life. It's part of existence. You can't fully get rid of it. It is there as a teacher. And if you want to learn from it, inhale and exhale. You inhale your thoughts to understand them, to learn from them. Leave what's good that you have learned from that thought, and exhale the rest, because the rest you don't need. It's like, it makes me think of, I'm just seeing a walnut. If you have a walnut in front of you. You're not going to eat the whole entire walnut. You're trying to get to the actual nut inside of that shell. And in order for you to get to that nut part, you need to crack the outer shell. Negativity can be that same way, where it might be hard to crack the nut, but when you get to the actual nut, you're not going to need the shells. You're not going to eat them. You're going to discard them. So when it comes to the negative thinking, the negative mindset, or the negative thoughts that come and go, because life teaches us in all the different ways, and especially through negativity, that it is up to you to crack the nut, to expose the lesson within, and take the lesson, own the lesson, and discard everything else that you don't need. And it takes, like, where most of us are not taught this type of practice as we are little, as we're growing up, but we can learn this type of practice through practice itself, through understanding ourselves, through coaching, to be quite honest, where you are allowing somebody else to come in and help you with you. You're allowing somebody else to come in and help you with your goals, with your dreams, with those blocks that are preventing you from showing up for yourself, or for your goals, or for your dreams, which more often than not, they are for the business. And this is what my expertise is to help women, mompreneurs, to break through that limiting mindset that they all have. We all have that limiting mindset, especially when we're starting off. Otherwise, it makes me think of the quote, easy come, easy go. If certain things come really easy to you, then, and you might see yourself as lucky, that luck actually has very little to do with it. You have earned it, you have worked for it, one way or another. Sooner or later, you will realize what you did throughout your life in order for you to get what you got. That success. Whereas for majority of people, it takes time to earn that success, to earn whatever it is that they're working towards, especially like as a business, as a mompreneur. And once you earn it, you will know what you need to do time and time again to have it, to grow it, to keep it, or to restart again if you ever need to, right? And help others to do the same. Mila, you gotta give me a couple minutes. I just started doing the video, okay? I will come and talk to you when I'm done.
It's Aiden's not holding scores.
Okay, and I will talk to him after. Okay?
I'm done my clothes.
Okay. That's fine. I will talk to Ethan after. Good Monday. Yeah, that's what it's called, Good Monday, and the kids are home today. And just making sure that she doesn't stand in the wait, and I don't like making anyone feel like they just have to wait, and they're ignored. So letting her know that I see her, I hear her, and I will come to her when I'm done, when I'm ready. So thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide, and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Makes me think of that question, why do you have so many plants in your house, Yana? So I have clean air and more oxygen? Why not? Because they're pretty? Because they're alive? Archetypical venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. Somebody's calling me. I'll return the call. Okay, let me read that again. Archetypal. I think I'm reading this word wrong. Now I'm like feeling zoned out. You ever have these moments where you're like you're here, and then the next moment you're not really here, you're somewhere else, and your mind goes in a different tangent? Yeah, and that's why sometimes it becomes challenging to read something, because the mind just goes somewhere else for a second, and then it's like, no, 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 wait a minute, come back. We're supposed to be here reading this. Okay. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our physic realm that must be identified. So what is that harmful substance in your physical realm, in your real life right now, that you can identify, and you can, it's usually the first or the second thought that comes to you of what it is. Knowing what it is, this is really interesting, of like what are the chances, what is the coincidence of this card being pulled right now. I just came back from a doctor, and I've been having just a little bit of health issues, and it's been showing up for me through my thumbs, actually, where I've been losing some of my nail on my thumb, and been going to a doctor and been doing some research and reading on what it could be, and still no solid answer as to what it is. But having some blood work done, I was told that, and this is the venom part, okay? This is what it says, the harmful substance. I am basically considered to be pre-diabetic, and I love my sugar, okay? So this is the reason why I would say this harmful substance is sugar. Because sugar is in everything. It's literally in everything. Everything that we eat, unless we make it ourselves. And avoiding it sometimes can be almost impossible, but it is possible. So this is one of the reasons why paying closer attention, and first identifying what it is, and paying closer attention to how we feel after we consume certain things, and being our own scientist really is the best way to describe it, and then choosing what to do with this going forward. So for me, taking sugar out of my diet completely, it's going to be a process, because like I said, it's literally in everything that in all the foods, especially if you're buying things that are coming in a package. And yeah, so this is basically what the toxin, the harmful substance in my life, because how else would I put it? I put it in this way, that pretty much every disease, from what I have learned, every disease and most of the sicknesses are connected to the sugar, meaning too much sugar in the blood, too much sugar in the brain, too much sugar in different parts of ourselves, too much sugar in the liver, or whatever it is. It's too much sugar. Everything is connected to the sugar. And then whenever we are actually sick, what tells us we're sick is that there's actual mucus in our system, and that is what sickness is. It's the mucus in the system. So how do you get rid and heal and cleanse the mucus? And the doctors will tell you and give you all different things. Many of them are actually experimental, and they won't even tell you that, but they'll give you all of these different things to lower the sugar in your system, instead of going to the root and doing the very thing that will help you. And then sometimes it's too late and the pharmaceuticals need to be involved. But for the most part, it's something that we each do have the power of overcoming and healing on our own without pharmaceutical intervention, quote unquote. And so they'll give you all these different things to lower the sugar in your system, in your body, to regulate it, where your body and your brain especially has its own pharmacy. And then for the mucus, all the different things that will get rid of the mucus from your body, whereas, like I said, your body itself has the ability to do that on its own. Okay, so let's keep going. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. First step is acknowledgement. Change is the second. So first step, you acknowledge it. The second step is you change. Now, it sounds very like clean and straight to the point. What I would add to it is acknowledgement is the first step. And spending time to identify and get clear on what changes you will make, and then how you're going to make them, and then you just make the change. How you're going to make sure that you actually make the change. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and within it, forgiveness. Okay. Now, when light, self-realization through suffering. Interesting how self-realization comes through suffering. Because otherwise we realize ourselves and we don't need to spend time realizing ourselves more and knowing and recognizing ourselves more. But when we are suffering, we're seeing a light and we see and recognize ourselves more. We learn more about who we are in the suffering more than we would when we feel everything is great and dandy and peachy and sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. Right? When dark, unwillingness to find a solution or forgive. It's that when we all have this, it's that stubborn side of us, it's that rebellious side of us, it's that I don't want to, not yet, not right now, I can't, not yet, I'm not ready, tomorrow, right? It's just unwillingness to find solution or to forgive. Go deeper. A Poison Tree by William Blake. Oh, that's a book. So you can go deeper by reading a book called A Poison Tree by William Blake. And that concludes our reading for today. Very interesting book. Very interesting deck for sure. Yeah. Very interesting. I think I might do a reading from this book next week as well. Or from this deck of cards. But this week it is the Venom, the poison. By just looking at the picture, I see shadow, I see darkness, where many of us tend to go to and hide, not just from others, but most importantly from ourselves, because we might find ourselves too scared in dealing with the thing that we need the most, and that is knowing ourselves, accepting ourselves, and becoming a better version of ourselves. And we can do that through knowing who we are, and not so much so through avoiding and ignoring. And I'm sure you already know that, and it doesn't feel good to see the parts of ourselves and to understand the parts of ourselves that we at some point decided it was a weakness, or it was some shape, way, or form not good and not worthy. So anyways, other than that, that is all that I have for each and every one of you today. Hopefully this reading finds you well. And if you enjoy this reading, or you want to see what it's like to work with me, or ready to get yourself to that next level in your life or in your business, then reach out to me directly or just let me know down in the comments and we can connect and then go from there. And until we see each other either tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time at the Sacred Circle, or I also go live tomorrow at 11:30-ish a.m. on my personal page where I share a little bit of a story called Storytime with Yana Kasperczak with myself. And or next week on Monday, another card reading 11:30-ish a.m. in this group, Heal the Unicorn, Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. So until we see each other one of our next live events, I hope you have an amazing the rest of your good Monday day, and put yourself first. Put yourself first. Starting today, and you will see that not only will you benefit, but everyone in your life will benefit as well from you putting yourself first, perhaps for the first time in your life. That's all, and until next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being on here.